Yo, I'm Bob, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles happen to be totally blind since birth, unboxing another Loyal Subjects action figure from the IDW comics. And this is Mutant Turtle Jennika. And I don't know much about her character yet. I actually spoiled some of the stuff pertaining to her story arc because before I knew there were transcripts to the IDW comics, I looked up a bunch of mutants. So spoilers ahead in this video. If you're reading the comics and if you haven't gotten to anything pertaining to her, I would advise you to skip this, pause it, read the comics before you watch the vid. That being said, jumping right in. So, gonna unbox her as I usually do. Glad she has a lid on because I'm sure she comes with a whole bunch of stuff. I do like that they pop lids on these action figures because they don't use twist ties or anything like that to wire them in, which I like better. I just like opening a figure box, and pulling them out. I don't like all the wires and things like that. So I'm glad that the Loyal Subjects figures aren't made that way. That you can see her through the plastic. So what I'm going to do is pause this. I usually do. Break her out of her figure tray and we'll take a closer look.
Pause video.
So back in the blink of an eye.
Space. Resume.
Alright, Jennika is out of the packaging. So from what I understand, she was a foot assassin. And she had it in for the Turtles for a bit. Of course, she did a 180. She was injured. There was a blood transfusion involved, I think, and that's how she became a mutant turtle. I think... I'm not really sure what happens after that. She sounds like she's got a bit of a temper, but she's very protective, very loyal to those she's close to from what I've been seeing online. I've read that a while back, though. So... since she was a former foot assassin, I think she still utilizes the claws. These look like shorter claws. I don't know if she modified them or she has a different pair or whatever. But yeah, I like the look of the claws, like the metal claws on her hands here. So she's got those, and then she's got the cape on in the back. That's really cool to get a turtle with a cape here. She got that going on. Got the bandana ties that you can place onto the head. And I think I read somewhere that she's wearing fishnets. Not sure what the expression looks like on her face there. She does have a sword on the right and a scabbard there. You can remove that. We'll attach some hands in a second, or a gripping hand, so she can hold her sword. I love this figure already, though. I think it's the claws and the sword and the cape. Just a really cool look for a turtle.
Stop. Pause video.
And I like the fact that she has a bit of a temper. But is also loyal to the other teens too.
Stop. Pause video. Space. Resume.
So she's got another head with an alternate expression, I think, but I cannot. I can't play with the hair dryer. I've already played with it enough today. I had to do something to one of her hands to get her to hold her sword. I don't know how well this is going to show up here, but this is her second head. Not sure what that facial expression is. You'll forgive me if that doesn't come out, but so that's her second head. So she has a gripping hand, so she can hold her sword. I thought it was another fisted hand because it was in so tight of a grip that, I mean, it would not hold the sword without a bit of hairdryer hijinks. But yeah, you can just turn on a hairdryer there, soften that plastic up a little bit. And the sword goes right in there. I did have to work at it a little bit, even though when the plastic was warming up, because Man, these fingers on some of these figures, as well as the head sculpts attached to them, they're very, very, very tight. So yeah, you do get a gripping hand. It's attached in the packaging. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's right next to her in the packaging. Sorry, it's another one of those days where I didn't really get a lot of good sleep the previous night. It's included in the packaging. You get two fisted hands with Jennika when you open her. She got a couple of hands that are fisted. Let me go see if I can do the
Stop. Pause.
do the hairdryer thing though. I really do want to get that alternate head on there.
Space. Resumed.
All right, so I did some playing around with the hairdryer, some more. So whenever I've been pausing the video, mostly I've been running into my bathroom and doing hairdryer hijinks. So yeah, here's her alternate head. You might be able to see it better. She comes with some slash effects that you can. I don't know how they go onto her claws. I really don't want to break the claws. They are made of rubbery material though. They're more of a. They're not as pliable though, so I don't really want to chance it. I tried putting the slash effects on one of her claws. I can't figure out how to do that. There are probably other videos in which you can see those. They're those comic book slash effect things that you can put on or leave off or whatever you want to do. So it's kind of cool that you get those. I'm probably not going to use them, but neat that they're in there.
Stop. Pause video. Space. Resumed.
So if you want Jen to have a pair of clawless hands, I guess that the claws are sheathed in her gloves. I don't even know if she wears them. Maybe she attaches them to her hands. But yeah, you get a pair of hands with no claws. I thought that was really cool. I forget that they can do stuff like that with alternate hands. And when I opened her, I was thinking, well, wouldn't it be cool if we got a pair of hands with no claws? And yeah, we do. So that's really cool that you can display her with her claws, her assassin's claws, or without them. So yeah, she has open splayed hands, no claws. She has the alternate head. The cape is removable too. I just don't want to take the head off and remove it, but she does have a shell under there. I don't think you can see it very well. I can kind of move it to the side so you can take a look at her shell. You can kind of see it. I think I'm gonna rate her 9.5 out of 10 just because of all the hairdryer stuff. But I mean, it's still a really cool figure. I really like her character. I'm not rating her character like poorly. I think in terms of the action figure, maybe half a point off, just because man, some of the attachments you've really got to work at. Warming the plastic up. I'm always afraid I'm going to break them, but it only takes a couple seconds to do that. I'd rather have, the joints like that rather than, her being really loose and wobbly and stuff like that. But, if you have a hairdryer, it doesn't take but a minute or so to warm that head up and just kind of twist it off. Because, yeah, out of the packaging, that head did not want to come off. As well as that one gripping hand for her sword, you could not, at least mine, I couldn't get her fingers to open to be able to hold that sword in her left hand. She only has one gripping hand, which is a left gripping hand. She does have, I think, a fisted hand for her claws. I think I showed all the hands. You get four hands with the claws. Two that are basically fisted. Well, one's a gripping hand, one's a fisted hand, and I think you get one hand that's a bit more open. So you get a lot of clawed hands, which I really like. But I love that you can display her with no claws if you want her, with no claws. Still a really fun figure. I really like all of the variations of display that you can go about. Using with the action figure. So wonky. Really, really tight joints aside when it comes to attaching and all that stuff. I mean, she's still a cool figure. I love the cape. It is removable, like I said. It's awesome that they gave her a sword and slash effects. I almost want to rate her a 10 out of 10. I feel like I'm being slightly unfair with the hairdryer bit, but I mean, man, maybe I will just 10 out of 10 because I mean, it's nothing that you can't fix in a minute. You probably have to do it every time, but maybe you'll be fortunate enough to get a Jennika figure with none of that going on. I really don't mind myself. I think it's awesome that they packed so much in with her, though. Uh, just a neat design for a turtle. And the character, I'm sure I'm going to like her when I get to her in the comics. I'm probably going to want to rate her 10 out of 10. So I think the Loyal Subjects really did well with all of the stuff that they packed with her. And I do not regret the purchase at all. I've had her for quite a while. I hadn't gotten around to opening her until fairly recently. I don't know when I'm going to publish this on the channel. Should be pretty soon with IDW stuff just kind of being published left and right here. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for Jennika, and I will hear you guys next time.
Stop.